Okay, so you think that every person in a relationship wants to be best friend with their wives or husbands?
Let me answer that question. I don't think every person know that is a very, very positive goal to have. That's what I think.
Yeah, but that's just your opinion.
That's what the fuck we doing, giving our opinions. I'm giving you my opinion.
So, but the question is, do you think every person wants to be best friend with their wives? Like they know, if they know it's possible, because it's always a path. But you think they want to be best friends with their wives? You think their wives want to be best friends with them? Like there's people who just don't want to be best friends with their wives.
What? That sounds crazy to me.
No, we agree.
No. So you plan this out, right?
You agree with me.
So you plan to,
Dude, I simply said,
to have a topic.
The conversation was,
let's be very clear.
the conversation was, can you and your significant other be best friends? And I said, yes, they can. There's a path.
There's a what?
There is a path.
There's a path?
Path.
Okay. Elaborate. What was the...
So you agree with me then?
No, wait. I ain't got time for your antics. And none of that.
I'm just saying, man.
I don't have time for that. We were supposed to be talking about something.
I'm saying specific. Yes, so you don't agree with me then?
I don't have time for your antics. and it's very clear that you're clearly on some bullshit because this was very clear cut and dry.
Nah, you just assumed.
It was. No, I didn't assume nothing. She told me. Your girlfriend told me.
Yeah.
She told me you did not agree. So this ain't an assumption. This is from her mouth to my ears. I'm listening. She said he don't agree with that. And we talked about a couple different things. He don't agree that your significant other can be your best friend. And I say, whoa, that's interesting. That's very fucking interesting. I want to know, why did you say that? Was you just trying to be against the grain? Or do you truly in your heart feel like that?
I had an epiphany, Steve.
Okay.
I do think it's a path. The question that we was talking about was, I guess the best way to phrase it would be, at this point, me and her couldn't be best friends.
4 months in?
5 months.
Sorry. I'm asking. I'm not discounting the time. I'm just trying to get an understanding of what your thought process is. You said at this point. Be more specific. Elaborate. At this point.
So I would say it was I can't think of the comedian name, but I was listening to him the other day, and he made a valid point that made sense. Like, so I'm not gonna give his whole little spiel or whatever.
Please don't.
But his spiel wasn't it wasn't the joke part. It was just like essentially he was saying that, first off, don't be hating on me.
I don't know what street this is, but we gonna take it. Lake Street.
That's how you get to Cedar Lake. Nah, I don't know. Cedar Lake is that way. But his basic
oh, you look nervous, sir.
I'm not nervous at all.
You look like it.
His context was that, so a person who's at a certain point in their relationship, right?
Okay.
They're not gonna see things like somebody else is at another level in their relationship. So it's like, so essentially you're like, well, I'm happy where we are right now, but we're not there yet. So the example he gave was, and I just streamlined it. He was working with this guy. The guy ended up wanting to take a lunch break, a long lunch break, to go buy his wife he had bought her a BMW. So he wanted to go pick up the BMW, and he picked her up, took her out to eat. He got back to the office. He asked him like, how did it go? And he was explaining to the comedian like, boy, it went really well. She was excited, she loved it. And then as he was explaining himself to the comedian, he got a phone call from his wife, and she called crying saying, I wrecked it. And he's like on the phone talking to her, like, what do you mean? Like, are you okay? And she crying like, no, I wrecked the car. Like, I didn't see the other car. It was coming out of nowhere. He was like, are you okay? And then she kept on saying, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just so sorry. I wasn't trying to have an accident. I was being careful. He was like, I don't give a damn about that car. Are you okay? And the comedian was thinking, the punchline obviously was like I'm happy with my wife is, but we're not there yet to where in that situation, like I couldn't be that guy. Essentially, does that make sense or no? I mean,
I'm trying to find out how that.
Because the concept is, even though he's happy with where he's at in his relationship is not to that level where he couldn't be that calm and that understanding to his wife if she did something like that. Like he would probably be like, are you okay? But he still would be like completely pissed. Like he does care about the car. Whatever the case is, that was the concept. So in his mindset, it's like, well, people want to get to this next level or get to a level where somebody's been in a relationship for 15 years, but they only been in a relationship for a year. And it's like, well, we're not there. You're not there yet. Like you may get there, but be happy with your relationship where it's at now. And at some point, you might get there because you may see year 15 and be like, I want to be at year 15 with my girl. But he's like, you didn't want to be at year 7 through 8 or 7 through 9. Like those was bad years. If you see me in those years, you probably be like, man, I don't want to be like those people. But essentially, it's just it's a concept of like, I'm okay with where I'm at right now, but I'm not at that level. At some point, maybe we'll be at that level. So when it comes to, back to the topic, is like, at some point, there is a path to be there, to get to being your wife's or husband's best friend. But if you're not there yet, then you can't see it. So like, yeah,
So basically, shut up and be happy with where you at right now.
I didn't say that. I'm asking. No, I didn't say shut up. I said,
okay, be quiet.
No, just be happy with where you're at right now. And
what's wrong with a person having goals? What's wrong with a person saying, I see that?
No one said anything about goals. The concept is not about having goals. The idea is you can't see it because you're not there yet. So you can't even, it's like a single person. It's like a single person. Like some things they just don't see.
I don't feel like this is a hard concept. The question is, can your significant other be your best friend? What the fuck is it to see?
But the idea is, yes, there is a path there. There is a path, but
why is that even necessary to even say?
Because
I don't understand that.
Because anything is because it's a very vague idea to say can. Yes, are they capable of doing it? Absolutely. It's to say that there's no way that your significant other could be your best friend would be a ridiculous comment, right? Because it is a path to get there. Now, is it a scenario? Is it like for everybody going to get there? Probably not. Because in my opinion, which I still have the same opinion, because at this point in my life, this is how I see it. And the way I see it now is it's certain things that I would guess it depends on how people define best friends.
Okay, that was going to be a question I was going to ask you. But do you see this? Do you see how problematic something as simple as, let's say, a fresh relationship? You're in a fresh relationship. A lot of these questions is going to come up. Yeah, sometimes the questions are asked because people want validation, right? They want validation. They want to feel safe. They want to feel comfortable. They want to feel like there is something to what we're building towards. They want to feel that. And sometimes they need verbal confirmation to feel that. Not that you're not doing other stuff right, but that's just how people are built and people are wired. They want verbal confirmation.
No, I get that. No, I'm saying, okay, so before we get into that part, you're acting like what I'm saying is doesn't make sense.
No, because there's a pathway to it.
Yeah, because
makes perfect. Look, there's a pathway to it makes perfect sense. That is understood. Unless a person is saying, "Are we best friends right now?" Then that's when you be like, I mean, it's only been a couple months. We working towards that, but maybe not now. And that's just being honest. But what is the purpose of saying, if your significant other is asking you specifically in the beginning, hey, do you think that's like boyfriend, girlfriend can be best friends? And your response is, there's a pathway to it. You understand how problematic that could sound?
Why is that problematic though?
Because that takes away from
that is being real, because you're saying that 4 months in, a person is like, hey, let's get married. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hold on.
No, listen, I'm saying because you're jumping to something that a person may not realize until they're 10 years in. Like, you're jumping to that next thing to it, like a person may not realize that until they 10 years in, like, damn, this person just became my best friend. I didn't even realize it. But yes, in 4 months in, 5 months in, a year in, you might not be able to see that a person can be your best friend, because you're dealing with all this other stuff from being in a relationship. So it's like, man, can they really be my best friend? It's like, it sounds good, but that doesn't mean that it's like, oh, we so far away from that. Like, I can't, like, that doesn't even compute at this point.
Right. The question is based off of the strength of things progressing in a relationship.
Yeah, but that's what it's based off of. That's based off a person who's been in a relationship for over a decade. So you're saying, but you can't base it off of somebody being in a relationship for less than a year. So you're
okay. Once me and Stephanie decided we are gonna rock with this thing, we're gonna go for it, meaning everything. Like, we both decided we are rocking with this. This shit is serious. We rocking with it. From that point on, it would be nothing in me that would make me feel like this woman could not be my best friend. It's nothing in me. Like, it should be nothing in a person that makes a person feel like the person who I'm trying to really build a future with couldn't be their best friend. I don't understand why is there any contention there whatsoever.
So you think that every person in a relationship wants to be best friend with their wives or husbands?
Let me answer that question. I don't think every person know that is a very, very positive goal to have. That's what I think.
Yeah, but that's just your opinion.
That's what the fuck we doing, giving our opinions. I'm giving you my opinion.
So, but the question is, do you think every person wants to be best friend with their wives? Like, if they know it's possible, because it's always a path. But you think they want to be best friends with their wives? You think their wives want to be best friends with them? Like, there's people who just don't want to be best friends with their wives.
What? That sounds crazy to me.
No,
the person you marrying, the person that you are riding off in the sunset with, that you want to spend the rest of your life with, the person who once y'all kids grow up and everything, and everybody move out the house and go on, it's gonna be y'all can see each other every day. Why the fuck wouldn't you want to be your best friend?
That wasn't the question.
Why wouldn't a person want that? It's what I'm asking. I'm asking, why wouldn't a person want that?
It depends on how you define relationship, how you define best friends. You're assuming that everybody is in a good relationship or in a relationships for the same reasons.